In this episode of Podcast Tactics, a father and daughter give tips and advice for launching a podcast with origins rooted in a Mexico City daily radio show that dates back to the mid-1990s. I'm James, the host of Podcast Tactics. If you want to keep learning about podcasting, get inspired, and stay motivated, join the mailing list at podcasttactics.com. Thanks for listening. Let's get into it. Joining me right now is Enrique y Jimena Herranz en la Ciudad de Mexico.
Yes, from Mexico City. Hi to Los Angeles.
I'm in San Diego, actually.
Oh, hi,
San Diego. You're much neater. Just a jump away from us.
Right, exactly. Enrique y Jimena, muchas gracias por venir al programa.
No, thank you very much for inviting us.
Sorry, I butchered
that. So this is going to be a bilingual interview. Yeah. I like it.
That's going to be the extent of my Spanish speaking there. I apologize in advance.
No, but really thank you, because my English is not so good. I had to teach myself.
Yeah.
There it goes. Jimena really thinks in English and speaks English perfectly, so she's my savior.
Yeah, I've been speaking English since I was 6. So.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
So no problem. Anything that I confuse you with, you can ask her to clarify.
Well, let's talk about your podcast. What's the name of it and what's it all about?
Well, the name is La Vela, the candle, and we started really as a radio show the last century, in 96. From 96 to 2003, we were doing a daily live radio show that was really successful, but we had to stop in 2003. The concept was 3 people joining together in the night. That's why the candle.
Okay.
To symbolize that little light that could congregate all the people to around it, to talk, to share ideas, opinions, music, information, and to have a good, not night, but the wee hours. From 3 to 6 a.m. we started.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It was really a passion work, a passion job. So we were like 3 months broadcasting in those times. And we got moved from 10 to 12 p.m., more reasonable time,
more reasonable
really,
time.
a normal time. And after we had to to stop doing the show, although we were the first show that streamed really from Mexico in 98, DSP Shoutcast was the first plugin to stream live audio over the internet. Internet was not ready for what we wanted to do with the show after we got off air on radio. So I stopped.
But now, with the whole pandemic and quarantine, we were trying to figure out a way to do something. And my dad was just like, hey, let's bring it back, but now it's a podcast. So we just had to get ready. At first, it started as a podcast, like opinion, very talk show kind of podcast. And suddenly it turned into a father-daughter podcast, talking about endless topics, whether we talk about dust or like school, we talk about everything.
A different subject each
night.
Show, each night. I don't like niche podcast, really, because you know what you are going to hear already. You are going to listen to the same things over and over and over, maybe variations. And I prefer for the people to be surprised.
Okay.
To find out that you can have an hour and a half on a live show daily, and speak about the school. How is the school doing?
Yeah.
What is the school? The concept, from where does it come from? Okay, let's talk about ancient Prussia and the Industrial Revolution.
And also, we like to put in music into our podcast, so we have it in between 6 and 7 songs that go along with our topic that can help us either close a section of our topic or open a new one.
Yeah, the requisite is that they add to the topic to give us a starting point
They're
or a
kinda like-
conclusion.
Kind of like a conversation starter, or as
Yeah.
my dad said, like a little conclusion for whatever we're talking about.
So let's go back to 2003. I'm curious to why it ended, La Vela ended back then.
La Vela ended because the radio station that we were in went into financial difficulties and it started selling its time to the best bidder. Suddenly a UFO and other aliens and Sasquatch show was inserted before us, and a Christian church after us for 5 hours. And our sponsors, we had very good sponsors for the time. Now they are almost extinct, like Blockbuster. Yes, a video rental store that was announcing itself on radio. Really strange. We were a bizarre program, believe me. So they told us, I don't want to sponsor you on that station. Look for another place. And when we had a place to start again, suddenly that station got into problems and we were left without a space.
Okay.
So we had to say, okay, that was our run, 8 years. Okay, it was good. But now we are back. And we are back renewing everything.
So between 2003 and I think you guys started this up in December of 2020, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a big gap there. I'm curious to know, so the father-daughter, co-hosting combination, whose idea was that?
It wasn't actually anyone's idea.
Okay.
So we were gonna have a third host with us, but because of the pandemic and everything, it would be hard for testing and everything. So we ended up just being us two doing even every single part of the technical
engineering, operating, programming the
Audio.
Streamlabs OBS, managing the social networks,
Yes.
background music, everything.
Yeah, but we don't really know when it turned into a father-daughter podcast, because we just started talking and streaming, and everyone started describing the podcast as it's a father-daughter podcast, and they talk about this and they
But it
do
is the
this and they
first
play
sentence,
music.
always. The first sentence to define us is a father and daughter that speak about, okay, let's take advantage of that. We have very good communication.
Yeah, we're very close, which is great.
We have no taboo subjects between us. As an example, tomorrow
We're talking about nipples and boobs and how, because
Yeah.
March, at least in Mexico, it's very feminist.
is the
So-
Women's Month.
And we have marches and little activities that we do to like help people find out what's going on. So we, as the podcast with our platform, we want to talk about these subjects so also some people can be
But
informed.
always in a fun way.
Yeah.
If there aren't any laughs, no serious thing is done.
Yeah. I do want to talk, because I did listen to an episode, the one that you guys released today, and I do want to talk about that. But before we get into that, I do have a couple of questions before we get into that.
Please, James, do.
Ask away.
So I'm curious about, let's start with what you guys, what do you guys hate about podcasting? Jimena, I'm going to start with you first.
I kind of hate the fact that you have to learn so much, as in like how to speak to a microphone, or probably the comment sections, because sometimes they're so extensive and I can't read every single comment when we're live streaming.
Okay.
But other than that, I'm really enjoying it. I don't think there's anything that I don't like, because it's actually lots of fun and I keep learning new stuff every day that we do it.
Enrique?
Yeah, I can't say I hate something. I love all of this paraphernalia to communicate with others, to really reach someone and have a feedback. Our show is mainly a live show where we invite people to comment, to give us new thoughts, new ideas, and then take the show to that direction, even if we didn't start it like that. So maybe the only thing is technical things. Mm-hmm. As an example, I bought 3 cameras, not very good ones. We are a very low budget thing. Despite all this, we had all this before. We didn't buy it for the podcast. But I wanted to switch between cameras, and I haven't found a way that I can do it without Jimena tapping buttons on the iPad
for
to switch from a scene to
scenes.
scene, to give the audience a much active image. So those technical details are the ones that I'm not liking too much, because I have to go. I enter first time to Discord. I lost my virginity on Discord. I went there and I asked and I begged for help for those young people that are really the ones that know how to do things right now. So I'm discovering a lot of things, but I'm also bumping my head sometimes with some walls. So that's the only thing that I don't like.
That is definitely part of the journey for sure.
Yeah.
Let's look at the flip side. Enrique, let me start with you. What do you love about podcasting?
Oh, everything. My main career has been made on theater. So I really love to communicate with people live, directly, to change someone's point of view, to give them a new doubt. I never want to give an answer, but I want to provoke a lot of questions. So to be able to communicate those ideas and to see if they have an effect, I just love the communication part of all this.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful.
Thanks.
Oh, and honestly, I love everything too. Like, from researching a new topic that I don't really know much about for the podcast, to reading new poetry, or
finding new music.
Yes,
we are exchanging a lot of music right now.
We have a very similar music taste, but sometimes I venture into more new stuff. So I just go like, "Oh, you have to listen to this album; it's great." Or even with how do we call them? The people that see us.
Okay, we have a name for the people that watches our show. That is Velanautas.
So like
Candlenauts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Candlenauts. Yeah.
Yeah, something
kinda
like that.
Yeah.
So whenever they comment, they recommend us movies or books or poetry or music.
Or post a video or
send
post
us
something.
And their opinions really are what makes the program. So it's pretty cool. And I just really, really love about
the show never really ends.
Yeah, because there's people that are still commenting on podcasts that we did maybe a month ago.
Yeah.
And they're still giving their opinions, which is great, because then you can kind of create your new opinions based on that.
It is like an avalanche. We start with a little snowball,
and it turns
suddenly
into a huge one.
But we started with 30 little snowballs, so the avalanche is getting crazy, and I love it.
Yeah, I was going to ask you guys. So these candle knots that you have, I'm going to call them your fans. I mean, have you been able to measure them? I mean, what does it look like in terms of your audience?
Not big, really. Not big to my standards, because when we were on radio, the average that was calculated was between 60,000 and 80,000 people listening each night. So I know that internet is not going to be as big, and it's going to take us a lot of time.
Yeah, I think what my dad's trying to say, it's not that easy, because everyone has a platform now. So it's super hard to dive into a new podcast, because there's so much variety of everything.
Yes, so you are one of 100,000 that is just raising the hand and hoping for it to be seen, so someone listens to it. We know, because I have to put modesty apart, we are doing a very good show. Very professionally made, with a good structure, good information, excellent music, enjoyable parts with laughter. So we know that when they reach us, they are going to stay, believe me.
Yeah.
The hard part is to wave and say, "Hey, I'm here, visit me."
We've struggled a lot, especially on social media, because people here in Mexico barely use Facebook.
Okay.
And it's one of the websites that we use to stream. And then YouTube, it's great, we love it, but some people like other kind of content for YouTube. And then Instagram, we're trying, but it's hard to get that engagement at first. But
so
we're still trying, and we're not going to give up.
We have a small audience right now, a small fan base from around 200, 250 people that listen to us or be on the live shows along the week. And we are started to plan a marketing strategy, but that costs. And believe me, money is not a...
And the pandemic has affected us.
One of the ideas of bringing La Vela back was exactly because of that. I'm a theater actor and director, and the scenic arts have been the most impacted trade all over the world with this pandemic. We are still completely shut, so we have to find another way to maybe in the near future start to generate some income.
How did you evolve the podcast into like a live episode? I mean, I don't think you guys started out that way, right? Was it originally a podcast?
No. We started as a live show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
La Vela was always a radio live show.
Okay.
And
it's based mainly on our viewers' opinions or listeners' opinions. So if we're talking maybe about crazy food, they can change it to crazy gourmet food in like Michelin star restaurants. So we have to quickly change the subject to that.
Or folkloric cuisine, and then we just follow them.
And there's still no platform that allows you to just stream audio but read comments.
There's a lot more creativity, knowledge, good anecdotes in 200 people watching
than in just us
both. So we invite them to really be a part of the show, maybe not speaking on air, but through the comments. And we always, when we return from the song, first time, what do the audience says? Because that's the direction the show is going to go.
Yeah, that's what sets the tone for us. And sometimes it does get a little sad. Sometimes it gets very happy and messy and fun. But it's honestly very enjoyable.
And the adrenaline of doing a live show, if your listeners, the other podcasters haven't done one, please do it. You will become addicted to the live shows.
I have interviewed a couple of other podcasters that have went into that direction, and it's interesting because I believe almost all of them are co-hosted. So it's two, and they go live also. So it's an interesting dynamic. I mean, I was going to ask you guys, Jimena, for you, how is it co-hosting with your dad?
It's very great, honestly. It's lots of fun because we're very similar with everything. But it's kind of crazy sometimes because we both talk a lot. So sometimes
and we are both stubborn.
Yeah, we're both very stubborn. So we try to get as much time before the other one interrupts us and changes the topic. So it's pretty fun. Sometimes there's a little bit of like, that noise.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's lots of fun and it's part of it. And in the end, it turns out great. So I just love doing it with my dad.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great podcast.
For me, it has been a really joyful journey. If you listen to one of our first episodes and you listen to us now, there has been a radical change in Jimena. Jimena was very shy with the microphone.
Oh, wow.
And she's, believe me, she's not shy anywhere else, but the microphone is a real responsibility, and she feels it like that. So she has been releasing herself and letting herself go and growing, and I really love it when sometimes she starts speaking and doesn't give me the microphone back for some minutes. I really enjoy it. That's the work that I want to do. I don't want to be doing La Vela in 10 years, but I want La Vela to continue with Jimena and with other generation, that La Vela really becomes a 21st century show for 21st century people. I'm from the past century. I'm a relic. So all I have to do is pass the experience, pass the knowledge, so they can have a higher platform to jump from. And let's see where the show and where they can reach. I really love that part. I enjoy it.
It's like you're passing on the torch,
something like that.
Yeah, that's a really neat kind of generational transfer of this tradition of the spoken word, right? Especially in your community.
Each show, James, the people is waiting for us to have a generational clash.
Yeah, everyone has told us that they want a generational clash. But the thing is, we're very similar. We have very similar opinions and ideas, and also like taste in general. So
maybe we differ sometimes in the form or in a little detail.
But we usually never have that clash. But in the broad
picture, it's like conversing with a better version of myself.
Oh, that's awesome. So let's get into an episode discussion. I listened to the One Hit Wonders de Mujeres episode.
Feminine one-hit wonders. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And
that was to start the Women's Month. Exactly.
Yeah. This month.
Yeah.
So right on, I mean, I think everybody knows my Spanish is horrible. I mean, I tried speaking at the beginning of this episode. I do understand a little bit though, and it was I understood enough to enjoy the show. I mean, your chemistry comes through even if you don't understand Spanish. I hear you guys laughing with each other. You guys are clearly bantering with each other. It is a lot of fun to listen to you guys have fun together on the show.
Thank you. Really. Oh,
he got goosebumps.
Yeah, thank you. Every time someone says good things about the podcast, I get really emotional.
Yeah, me too.
I did it.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I'm getting goosebumps now too. I mean, it was cool to hear how connected you guys are on the air with each other like that. I really appreciate it, and it made me wish that I understood more Spanish.
Oh, don't worry. YouTube is already adding subtitles to some of our episodes.
Yeah, closed captioning.
So you can practice your Spanish.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So far, we only have the closed captioning in Spanish. We're trying to figure out a way to also have it in English.
Okay, let's make an advertisement. If you want to practice your Spanish, go to La Vela Podcast on YouTube and listen to our episodes. Either you understand or you laugh. Don't worry.
Or you enjoy the music.
That's perfect.
Or enjoy the music that is mainly in English.
So to kind of nerd out a little bit, I mean, one of the first things that I did notice was the quality of your sound. I mean, I knew, because of your submission that you had a radio background, but it really shines through in the quality of your guys' sound.
Thank you very much. It is not a very expensive setup, believe me. In fact, we had the support of a wonderful man that has been believing in me for 10 years and decided to invest a little bit in all this. I'm talking below $3,000 for everything. The computer, the mixer, microphones, everything. It was a really cheap investment. But
plus, we're also working with stuff that we already had, like our tablets or the iPads or our phones.
Our Kindles, everything that has been thrown into this. But the sound is really important to me because I think even if you make a very good show with the image is only 10-15% of the show. The real quality of a show is what is said, what is played, what the people listen to. So I really went for the details. A good microphone, a good mixer, very small one. It is only 8 channels. We connected the iPad to the mixer to have background music, to add to the rhythm and the atmosphere. That's something that I would like to share with other podcasters. Don't ever underestimate the background music. It's an art. If you find the perfect music to make a background, it will boost the quality of your podcast. Wow, maybe 40%, 30% with a good background music.
Now that I know that you guys, all of your shows are live, one of the questions that I had for you was who is doing the mixing or the editing of your shows, but they're all live, right? So
there's
no editing, right?
No editing at all.
Now my mind is blown. I'm going to tell you why, because when I was listening to the One Hit Wonders de Mujeres, I thought for sure, I was like, man, it sounds so smooth and like there's no or well, I mean, I don't know if I would, but it just sounded put together so well, and I was really impressed by that. And now I'm even more impressed because it was a live,
Of
capture.
course, we have some preparation. We never use a guideline or anything. We don't write the show beforehand, but we talk
It's
a lot.
very spontaneous.
Okay, we are going to talk about one-hit wonders. What's the order of the songs? Let's have some information. What are you going to talk about? You are going to talk about the lyrics, and I talk about the music. Okay, so we prepare what we are going to say, but not how.
Yeah. And
Because spontaneity, I don't know if that's a word.
Yeah, spontaneity.
Being spontaneous, I think it is a quality that the people look for. Something not prepared, something
or
not,
that looks very scripted.
Square.
Plus, also with
scripted.
when it comes to the technical stuff, it's kind of crazy because during the live shows, if you see the video, you can see me pushing on the iPad, like tapping on it so we can change scenes,
Okay.
and my dad getting confused with the background music as to which one's playing.
As an example, there it goes. Okay, now
¿Nos puedes
we
escuchar la
are
música?
an interview with James Loring here in La Vela. Thank you very much for coming to our show.
Thank you for having
Oh,
me.
he put on background music. Wow.
You have
Yeah.
the background music there. So that's the idea, and we have to control everything sitting here. So we have to find the tools and
Yeah.
to
And-
do everything.
Honestly, wait.
No, go ahead.
Honestly, at most for the editing that we do, it's usually just for uploading it to iHeartRadio, Anchor, Spotify, and every
Yeah,
single
to the
platform.
podcast platforms.
Just so like either the music's not too loud, or a little bit of our voices, or just cropping out little silences.
I
here
use
and
my
there.
experience as an audio editor. I have produced some audio. I was a musician. I was on radio, and I love sound. So I normalize and I cut the small silences that are always there. Especially when you have to switch from
Between
the
a
live
scene.
scene to a song. Maybe there is a 1 second that I don't want the podcast listener to suffer. 1 second is a really long time when you are listening to something.
Let me ask you guys this. And Enrique, I'm going to start with you. And Jimena, I want you to answer this question also. So,
Okay.
Enrique,
Yeah.
what do you want people to get out of listening to your show? Why should they listen to your podcast?
First, that they will know that if they invest an hour and a half on a show, they will feel better after it. Maybe because they listen to a new information that intrigued them and made them curious about something. Maybe because they found a new question to ask from themselves. Maybe because they listen to a new song, but mainly because they immersed into an enjoyable atmosphere. I think that if no one remembers exactly what we talk about, but they remember a warm feeling of being with us, that's what I want them to receive from the podcast, from the show. That they feel like they visited us and were with friends and enjoyed the conversation maybe after dinner, and they had a good time. That's what I want them to feel.
I think you guys are successful with that. Jimena, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I just want our audience to take away as much information as they can, like, and to get new opinions, to give us their opinions, also just for everyone to learn something new, because that's what's great about life. I think that every day you're going to be able to learn something new, whether it's a fun fact, maybe like, okay, dimples are made because of the muscles in the face, even if it's just that little bit, or that there's
We all know who was the first
person on the moon, but we don't know who the last one
Who was the last one?
Right.
And when?
So it's also a little bit fun to know a little bit about that, and I just want them to enjoy it and be happy, and then suggest some topics or just compliment it because it feels very
and
good.
feel part of something. I
Yeah.
think that we at this time need to feel that we are a part, an active part of something, not just followers, not just listeners, but contributors.
But part of a group.
That's part of the live show.
Yeah, I feel like our live show with the audience, it turns into a little bit of a round table where everyone's giving their opinions, everyone's maybe refuting some of them, but in the end we can all get to an agreement and to a conclusion, and that's great.
I aspire for La Vela, for the candle, to be a community, not a show. To be a community where the show is only the starting point. And then everything starts to ripple around.
So it's time to get in our time machine. Let's go a year or two in the future. What are your hopes for La Vela podcast?
Okay, first hiring you. No.
Probably first for the pandemic to end so we can take a little bit of the weight off our shoulders for the editing and the audio, mainly that, so we can also start focusing on, okay, here's the topic, and not, instead of just focusing on, oh my god, the background music is so loud, or this song is not playing, or our camera is delayed. Oof.
Yeah, get other people to join to this effort, so maybe we can share the burden and also share the reward. I want more people around working on this, and believe me, I want this to be my main income. I'm aiming at that. I think it is possible. We are already working on additional content, extra content, some that I thought and some suggested by the fans.
For example, we want to do reviews for CDs or vinyls or albums in general. My dad has his huge vinyl collection.
Yeah.
And I was thinking of also pitching in for him to also give his opinion about new music instead of just the vinyls, because that way he can also connect with the younger audience.
I love reading poetry, and sometimes I bring a lot of poetry to a subject. For example, when we talked about the moon, I brought a lot of poetry about the moon, and some fans suggested, why don't you make poetry programs? Okay, yes, why not? Maybe 30 minutes about poetry, about singing, or about music, or about the eyes, or the mouth, and do this kind of shows as a premium content. So maybe the fans will be so generous as to subscribe to our extra content. That's our goal, really.
But I love the energy that you both have, and just the willingness to go for it and come up with these ideas and play with it and have fun and let your audience really kind of be there with you and guide you along the way. You know, it's like this, I think you guys alluded to this a little bit earlier, but it's like, you know, you two are hosting the show, but you've got all these other listeners that are kind of co-hosting it along with you as well, and they're doing the production of it too. So that's a really cool approach. I like that.
James, is there another way to make something that is worth it? If you don't let yourself go with all the passion, with all the fun, to really give yourself 100% into it, I don't think there's another way to make something that it will be worth at the end.
Yeah, that is a great point for sure.
I know that you are doing the same. Come on.
Yeah, right.
You are not doing this because you are going to get rich and famous.
Yeah.
You are doing it because of the passion.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
You want to be a window for, and I thank you for that window to let people see us.
Oh, well, it's my pleasure. I mean, I do love connecting with people, and yeah, I mean, I feed off of the energy that you guys have, right? Like this creative energy it's so infectious, and I just I want to ride that wave, you know. So, guys, before we wrap things up, I have one more question for both of you. I want both of you to answer this question.
Let Jimena answer finally, so the listeners get a pretty voice at the end.
So which famous person or celebrity would you be excited to hear they listen to your podcast?
Everyone. I don't know if I want a celebrity's opinion.
Okay.
I don't know if I want some celebrity to listen to us. I have very good friends on theater and movies here in Mexico, on music, and I know that they listen to us. In fact, the part of the music that we start the show with is from a musician, an excellent musician here in Mexico, Rafael Catana, that gave us the rights, the full rights to do with his songs whatever we wanted. And I really thank him for that. But I prefer to find unexpected people listening to the podcast and sharing with us his experience. We had, when we were on radio, a lot of blind people that their only entertainment window was the radio. And we had so amazing feedback from them that I want those surprises much better than a celebrity.
You're amazing.
No, I'm just crazy. I am 55 and I'm still dreaming. And I hope that I still dream at 85 when I close my eyes. Okay, your turn.
Okay, celebrity. Probably Greta Van Fleet, because they're very similar to me.
Ariana Grande.
No, Greta Van Fleet.
Greta Van
the
Fleet?
the band. Because those guys are great. And don't know why, but I feel like we have the same kind of train of thought. And we have a lot of similar
stuff. You want to see if you have a connection outside of your mind?
Yeah.
Okay. To confirm.
It's very, very teenage girl, even though I'm not a teenager anymore. I'm 20. But honestly, also Greta Van Fleet, they're great. They have great music. They stand up for what's right in my mind and in my opinion.
I'm going to do another bonus question. Enrique, and both of you, again, I'm hoping you can both answer this question.
Yes, James.
What is the best experience you've had happen as a result of your podcast?
On this new era, I still don't have a favorite experience. From the new era, that after a show, we received a visit from a guy. He was like 22, 23. He went to the radio station, and before we started the new show, he thanked us for convincing him to not commit suicide. And we didn't know. Obviously, we were speaking about a subject, and we were talking about our point of views and our ideas, and we didn't know that we could reach a person so deeply. So that was my best experience from those 8 years, to know that maybe one idea, maybe one phrase that I said with all the intention of being an enjoyable part of the night, reach someone and convince him to keep living. So I think that's my best experience so far, and I want that to be repeated endlessly.
Most of the people that listen to us that are like on the younger generation, they usually listen to us because they follow me on Instagram and they just listen to it. But I really like it because after the show, they always text me like, hey, you made me like feel more comfy doing my homework and more carefree, or we made them happy for that night, because some of my friends are going through some stuff pretty Gen Z for us. So they text me like, oh, you made my day.
I think everyone has a soundtrack, and if they take the time to add us to their life soundtrack, wow, that's special.
It's appreciated.
Enrique and Jimena, please tell us where people can find out more about you and your podcast.
My social community manager.
Okay, so we're on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook as @La Vela Podcast. That's.
Do you want to spell it, or how are you going to do this, James? It is going to be image and audio. We send you an image, or what? Because it's going to be in Spanish.
I will grab all of your URLs and your social handles, and I'll put them in the episode show notes.
Excellent.
Okay, so It's at La Vela Podcast. That's our Twitter, our Instagram, and our Facebook. And you can also listen to us on Anchor.fm, which has the link for Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast. And we're also on iHeartRadio as well.
Yeah,
and YouTube, obviously.
Very soon on iVoox too. We are still finding all the platforms that we have to be on. So, but if you look for La Vela Podcast, I know that you will find us YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, anywhere.
Spotify.
We are trying to cover everything.
Well, guys, I would love to keep in touch with you. Maybe do a catch-up episode or a catch-up interview like 6 months down the road if you are up for that. That would be a lot of fun.
Whenever you feel like
you want to.
You are welcome to this space. Right now, you are our third microphone.
So yeah.
You are welcome.
The name of the show is La Vela Podcast. Enrique y Jimena, muchas gracias y mucha suerte a las dos y a su programa.
Muchas gracias.
Mil gracias. I'm not wishing you luck. I'm wishing you success.
Okay.
Luck is for the people that don't work, and you are working for it. So I really wish you lots of success.
Likewise, I wish both of you lots of success as well. I mean, without a doubt, what you guys are up to is verging on something totally great. I love it. Keep it up.
Thanks.
My ego will not go out with me through the door. Thank you very much, James. Gracias mil. Gracias por la invitación a tu podcast. Gracias por darnos una ventana y por darnos un momento de atención que de veras nos deja muy, muy alegres y muy contentos, James.
If you need me to translate any of that, I can.
No, that was my closing argument in Spanish.
Okay.
You don't have my permission to translate it.
Thank you so much, guys. Thanks again to Enrique and Jimena. Check the show notes for links to learn more about Enrique and Jimena and their show, La Vela Podcast. Please share what you got out of my conversation by leaving a review on podchaser.com. You can find out how to do this in the show notes. And do let me know what you need from me to make this show even better for you. And make sure you follow Podcast Tactics to keep learning more about podcasting in future episodes. Thank you.